Sangmala samri tashi de lo shuguyo. Ngöndro peche de nyamdo songro nang. Guru bema bawo kanzhi sodan jeba dam ku kardam sonda ge ngaji loy tuji gongba rikpa rang sharji ngogo dala de chadil je chadan je de silje dunje namgara jembara injur jelama gandre zo namje medala do je 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 te dada kam zum zem je na sem no ma de je nga do nal te se ne ru be na wa ra ja ma do do ju ru be zem je la Purare do benal jorenge Shenka jene zode benjer Palama je je jone Luenga ye da nyomene bar Dende zangu bede lamba Le jawa de jiran la jo Nere de nyam ge shen de ro Tarang shen de nyen ro ba ye Chela ma gang de zo nam je Medage go zom jen je lo Medage go zom jen je lo Medage go zom jen je lo Ola so tene longro de nga do nyamdo salro na shugi Ola so tene de je la sol dep che ta chilap shue tang o denzo re ane denzo ma nyamdo ne songro na shugi Balden zawe la ma rinpoche Dage je oro be me den la Kade jebe gune jezunde kuzun doje ngöndro saldo so dezum sanje dam jeje ngobo lamar mojeje dagi gyu menje dolwara jenje labdos Samlam je doba je bara jen jula je wara jenje labdos Sede nye la oza zoba je lam jo dar je bara jenje labdos Dezum sanje dam je je ngo Lama rinpo je je dagi gyu menje dolwara jenje labdos Samlam je doba je bara je jula je wara jenje labdo Sede nye la waza zoba je be la tar je bara jenje labdo Dezum sanje dam je je ngo Lama rinpo je je dagi gyu menje dolwara jenje labdo Samlam je doba je bara je jula je wara jenje labdo Zedeni la oza zoba jembe lamjo darj chenje labdo sowa devzo lama rimbo tungwe bedo jenjen jeje kalme dala reza jele tuye yermen je baran jenje lo Yama dage juje kane jang dal juro dene shendo nyebara tune jezo nizo jela gewa drube longa majuna renje lingle donglo wani kalde juje bema madu Chine milu nyebara kala juro dada debi kurvo rabji Leje milu tembe Ngöndro ro Ola so Ani dada yang azo Tambi chue nyamlin jebya la Jorwa uishi che yubi nane Ani jorwa ngondro jirimba de Nyamzo lambi kabi bare
So now we as studying about the sublime Dharma, which has the beginning, man, body, and conclusion. We are at the point of doing the preliminary practice.
Tan jorwa de la Ini tumong chi ngondro, tumi nangi ngondro, wadinele yung yure, tina ne dana nga zo, tumong chi ngondro, lodo namba xi kordi, samlo tangshi ma yinba nang ne, ini tanda, le yunri kola lepte yure, tirimbe, samlo tangi.
So then as for the preliminary Dharma, there are preliminary Dharmas of the common and the uncommon, the inner preliminary Dharma. And then as for the common preliminary Dharma, we are talking about the four mind changings. And within this, we have arrived at the point of talking about the karmic cause and effect. Now we will talk about the subject.
Lazo, lodon, le yunri de la, pangja mige wile, drupja ge wile, le jirangshin samba dende yoba le, pangja mige wile de kola nga zo, tanda samlo tangshi ma yindu, ta mige wa lui ji, mige wa, nga ji mige wa, yi ji mige wa, ta dena la du ne, somro gu yore, tanda nga zo, nga ji mige wa de kola keja, sheshin ba yin.
So then, as for this karmic core and the karmic cause and effect, it has the non-virtuous deeds and the virtuous deeds, as well as the nature of these different actions or deeds. And these are classified according to our body, speech, mind. And then within these categories, we are at the point of talking about the non-virtuous deeds committed through our speech.
So then ngani megawa tele danda ngazo seksup jirimba di bare.
So then within the non-virtuous deeds that are committed by our speech, we are at the point of talking about the harsh words.
Ta seksup sede parob kansa hide koda chotupin kansa je samba de rani je ngensim ju lo changne parob semla nödu ji sek jodo yo ba je jorwa ngak ji go ne ni samshindo ni parob la nöye ji sek tenzo chobare ani tardo de kansa parob sek ani koto ba je sek mago는 되게 요 말에 가르치기에 me 하마고는 된고 바로바로 셈는 너바다 강에 개요 말와 디요니 메게와 믹사 바 말에 대 색주비 메게와 것이 용수소 바지 상기요 말에.
So then as for the harsh words, then as the action, a complete action, it has to have these four, the process or the steps. First one is the basis of these harsh words, which is the concrete words itself, and then next one is the mind, which with which you actually want to say something harsh linguistically, and then the third applications is then using those harsh words through your own mouth and saying it through your own mouth to others, and then the result is to someone else, another person who understands those words, those harsh words. And without these process or steps, then it won't be the complete harsh words, so-called harsh words. But with this, then it is harsh words, misdeeds.
So then legend anime shenje rani la and it's a hajangi zubasana minu sozo la kare deba yo mara kare kagi minu jitsi di sheba ina sozo samla kanga kande do techi bache ja shenla yo ba yindu ani shenla nöye jitsi donzo da nöye sik kang yime den kayo mara kangsa chila gaya sik di chila nöye yin sik re 간도다 바로 깨져 가리셔 보이는 셈로 포에 하고서나 니치디 배조다네 류라 따네 나래 나라 따네 나래 미견이 제단라 때와 이나래 돌라 타와 이나래 다 강제 통에 semla 너지도 지금전에 소소 남준 셰유다 도 간나로도 삼로당 셰유나네 드림도 된 그래서는데 semla 포에 세대되네 아 셰바이나 칼라가보 슈주요로와 메카젤라드네 디스데 년용도 아니 니메로와다 아니 세 민로와다 어때네 망보야 영스기 요래 어다 데데민도 나랑 나신 코양레데 요래 세데 ngo마셰바도 노르자ten 제만에 가서 토도 내 템바다 셰신지 센네 한신의 seksu되는 셰기메 저다데레 삼로다 이바레 조스 되는 삼로다로나
Okay. So then, as for these harsh words, we can take it in this way. If someone else, another person, throw some harsh words to us, how would we react? How would we take it? How badly we will be hurt, so forth. And thinking this, then we can think about whether we can use harsh words to others or no, right? If we use harsh words, would that be, proper? It's a good thing or no? We have to think about it. Sometimes even though we, may think we are saying something quite all right, but that might be harsh words to others, right? So there's no certainty in terms of the words. So we have to be very careful. We might be hurting other people through, regarding on their body, on their, speech, and on their color, so forth, using our harsh words, right? So therefore we have to think and be very careful what we are saying, and think about whether we have, done these harsh words, misdeeds in the past or no. If we haven't, then it's of course very good, right? If we have done, then of course this is not a good thing, and we have to, correct ourselves. If we have done such things, of course, it's not good. People, with, harsh words, some people would not be able to sleep properly. Some people would not be able to eat food properly, so forth. Therefore, we have to, make sure that we will not, speak, harshly to others in the futures, and we have to commit to ourselves that we will be, embraced by mindfulness and meta awareness. So please think on these points for a while.
나서 디넨데 잘라 나기 메가와 지데 나잘 세근데 찬데기 요래 니가 나잘데 나 돈메 바다 펜도메 베니 계좌된 돌라 나잘 세기 요래 대야 shi ta parubo kansa amjoji kotugen jadang keje she tugen shi tende ji gogo yure samba de ane karasa gore changjo samje golong dang ane kansa shenla pendo be lo dang ane o tende laso ba kaya meba che chidang jiden ji namyang sana mi do jiden ji dobi yunden den lo ane shen ne ane keje da mi do ane shen do ju lo ane jorwa de tene nganye tene keje 펜도 메베 계제 강조 먼저 시해봐 된줄라 네 저기 요래 다르도 되네 강서 남 편전제 이제로 코네 거한테네 내내 중앙이나 어떤데 아니 나잘 얘기 자스기 요래
Okay, then next the misdeeds, verbal misdeeds is the idle gossip. And for this, then it's basically speaking something which is not meaningful, not beneficial to oneself and others. And for this, there has to, as basis of this action, there has to be someone who can hear and understands, other people, right? And who can also speak, so the similar language as the, harm doer himself or herself. And then as a motivation, these kind of motivation is not a thought of bodhicitta or any other good thought. Rather, it is a thought which is not useful, not beneficial, but just kind of useless idle gossip. That kind of motivation, to speak such things. That is the motivation. And then as for the applications, then we are actually saying these words, idle gossip, through using our mouth. And then as for the result, then, within a group or family, then the words, the idle gossips are heard by others, and then it was kind of affecting the other people as called the result of the actions, these specific actions of committing this verbal misdeeds of the idle gossip.
나서 근데 당 소소지 셈나도 때네 나서 펜도 메바다 쮸메베 계자사나미도 네 산제 고방 토베라에 미세 조야 께네 계지기 메바다 ane kansa shen darang kanya rumba sheche yunten keji kyudan jen yang mikse ke meba ane kangchung manchung keche den so rangi je she do she mi do ane do skana la ta gore ta deus ta yundu mi roa mi ne sonde dende kala mayang wasa kanda hajang komburo wa ala meba na jire nasu palche dende kala mise kyalte yure ta de keche den so kangchung manchung pendon bebe keche de ane she na chon meba re 아니 대 잠도 마세 다롱 데네 데네 카제 데네 노자시나 데몰라서 봐 녀망 버슈 좀 제지 주카 샤라 미제 받는 요래 단디 오저와 카이케자 좀에 카시 에네 도선 벨지 주난젠 망버샤라 체스기 요래 다디 미게 와다롱 셰체 얻는 사기 요러와 데네라니 제도 제민도다 제요는 단 제민도와 노르데 요래 자만나다 가수 톱도 네 편도 매바다 아니 가라서 그래 라시 니가 강라야 아니 세제 있는 게 조진 가 미지베 계제된서 가족도 시기 매아냐 뭐죠 담샘지 아니 어디내지 아니 제고 요래 어디내지는 조스 삼로 나로나
Okay. Then as for this, we have to, check, you know, we whether we have done such misdeeds, verbal misdeeds, or no, which is very useless, not beneficial, and it does not help in terms of attaining the Buddhahood, as well as giving rise to great noble qualities. So we have to check about whether we have done such verbal misdeeds or no, right? As a human beings, it is almost impossible that we have not done such verbal misdeeds. We are always tend to, commit these kind of verbal misdeeds, right? All of us are always prone to, commit such misdeeds. So it is almost impossible. And when we commit such misdeeds, then they will always, kind of support to generate the hatred, attachment, and as well as ignorance, right? These will be the very negative things, and so now we have to check for ourselves whether we have done or such verbal misdeeds or no. If we have, then of course it's very bad. It's kind of causes us to do all these serious negativities, right? And if we have not done, then it's quite good. We are at least kind of protected a little away from those strong negatives, such as the three poisons, right? So, and then we have to in the coming days for the futures, we have to tell ourselves or think for ourselves that we will not commit such misdeeds, which is not useful regarding generating good qualities as well as attaining Buddhahood, right? So we have to make a pledge or the commitment to ourselves for not doing or committing these kind of verbal misdeeds. So please now take a moment and think about these points.
마소 데네제 단데제라 예지메게와 알레병구유레 네 저당 게데 가르제바이나야 이니 노조인 송구유레 예지 콜롱 상엔제 제버제 아니 룡아지 자와든서 개와나 대바 바술라는 교로요래 데니 인도 이게 메가와 된소 숨보데 무슨 야보 전에 는 sabsanang ko bade enke chumba shure.
So then next comes the mental misdeeds, or the misdeeds committed through our minds. And since mind is said to be a primal factor, important factor, so then depending on the motivation of the mind, the actions of the body and the speech are determined. So therefore, the state of the mind is said to be very, very important.
So that de nang ne tangbo de napsem sigire. Napsem de ngo da ko dojak shedang timo sumna nan dojak yan namba che shagire. Da dojak sama napsem min ju mare de tanda dojak nang ne ni kangrong ji mi so la jewa le la wo yugen che ni sha sha pare. Napsem sna shen ji ni ka so re. 부좀 소바 약보 된절라 아니 라니 예네 셴바 슌네 데 ngal로 톰나 제마롱 딘 치버제 양갈로 고고도 다데네 랑니라 톱도 줄로 아니 소이나레 타이나레 티나레 로르자라 소바 데베 연덴 나보 강이난다 된조 폰은 소바 동연데 다데 네버도 ngal로 고고도 ngal로 마도는 릭사마레 사밀로지 상마 졸라 랑도 줄로지 레기 유렌데라 납셈스 그래.
So then the first mental misdeeds is the covetousness. And the definition of the covetousness is a type of an attachment. And within the three poisons, attachment, hatred, and ignorance, it is type of an attachment. Probably this is not applied to all attachment, but attachment which is kind of very general, and all people, human beings will have or would give rise to, right? And for instance, this kind of attachment is wanting the things of other people.
So that's also la dende je napsim je lo namjun jula jegdo jemudu ne taje daire that sozo je wo ro mi ne sonde dende napsim je kan se de hala mi se ba dawre ta khasha la dojung choshe de ne yogen yore ma do phal je wo de ne je yung yore ane de ne je yung de ne sozo samna do nang de je ne 어때네 내가 하장 체라는 되게 민도스 는 미인도 내가 때네 빵람나네 용 말와 는 소송제 는 윤노 롱조라서 거기는 소소리 레가진데 갈래 잡여래 마도와 미현지 본존조보다 라니라 렘나 섬섬디 용에 용 말와 어다 된대제니 소소소소 셈나 섭섭제네 내가 체라 말에 는 tarba 담지 힘이 고망 또 보고 있는 노중 조시에 보고 요래 랑이 소sem도 봐주고 그래 현지 본조라니 셈 쇼주여 말에 선대네 삼로당네 안되고 그러와 안되네 조스 삼로당로나.
Okay, so basically it's about wanting and wishing to obtain other people's things, right? So as a human beings, it's impossible that we do not want the things that belongs to others. We always tend to, desires or to want other people's things, right? This is part of human nature, and we always tend to, give rise to this kind of covetousness. And so, this is the negativities, right? So if we give rise to such negativity, of course, which is not a good thing. And if we have done such, misdeeds in the past, then we have to, tell ourselves that we will not do it anymore in the future. If we haven't done, then it's of course good and right. So basically, we have to learn to be, easily content and have should have less desire, right? The concept of having less desire and being content, we should behave in that way, right? So if we could do that, of course, then it's very good, right? So as for the the way of practicing Dharma, then we have to uh, learn to have less desires, more contentment, right? So now please take a few moments and think about these points.
So Tenende Jala Yi Mego Chide Nesem Mimare Nesem de Tosum Nane Shedangi Chacha Chagure Ne Shedangi Chacha Indu Ne Ta Kansa Shenla Paro Basanamido Kansa Shenla Minga Vilosam Yoba La Nesum Sigmare 아니 메가 여바 강라 다 바로라 너바 제jal고도 그에 내가 상보제 제고는 내가 바르제 당고서래 내가 갬바로 제 제대바이나 안디 무드네 제주고서래 와 텐데질로로지 다 지된 이거네 대jel라 바르도 준도 줄로이나다 아니 최지고네 삼라당 바이나 양딜라 바르도 줄로이나다 아니 강나 현지 대화나 기부지 준전에 가야 오로발라 아니 노주 규숨주는 너바 잘던줄로 네 어 된다질라 너섬스게 요래 데이터고 너섬데는 소소섬을 양도다 미도 네 대박 따져단 거고 요래 된다지 너섬 소소섬을 요나 아니 대박좀 남라쇼 장주섬지 돈바슈 상제지 세존 주 제바데니야 편도시라 매바지 차고 요래 와 된다라니라 요나다 데로데 로뎀 가족도 말라 매워서 이제 답시다. 네. 다 균에 깨게 매봐이나. 네 맞게 봐라. 안 못드는 거래. 계속나데 남상 무슨 제고래. 근데로 남로데 타오타오도 쭉쭉쭉서 망버게서 그래. 라바 맞이나 타와타와 숙갑qabla 남도 차트는 무슨 제만이 받네 용그래. 자자는 tempada she신이네. 여보 송네 대제당에 되네 균에 지금 매아 냠바질로데 양네 양도 셈노 섬로 거고 그래
Okay, next is the misdeeds through mind is the harmful thought, and then this is basically a type of hatred. And within the three poison, it's a type of hatred or associated with hatred. And basically, wanting to harm someone else, upon, having this attachment and the kind of dislike, then you want to harm other directly, right? If someone is doing good things, then you want to cause or create some obstacle to his or her work. If he is doing something bad, negative, then you will try to let him or her to do more even, right? So that kind of things is called the harmful thought. And regarding both the worldly and dharma activities, if we cause to others to continue their negative activity or causes some obstacles while they are doing something good, is mainly the the harmful thought, right? Whether you do it directly, indirectly, or very indirectly, all these are considered to be the harmful thought. If you have this, harmful thought, then even if you claim to be, on the path of the Mahayana, or you claim to have obtained the Bodhisattva vow, so forth, they are kind of useless, right? If you do it, if you have this harmful thought. So therefore, it's very negative things, and we have to abandon it, right? And we have to check whether we have given rise to such misdeeds or no. If we haven't, then of course it is good things. If we have, then we have to commit ourselves to not to do it again. It's easy that these kind of things comes again and again, even if it's not concrete harmful thought. Some some type of subtle harmful thought may arise from time to time very easily. Therefore, we have to use their mindfulness and visualist introspections to check for ourselves and to eliminate these thoughts. So please now take a few minutes and contemplate on these points.
So, in the Jela Loda Sagi Bare Loda Sagande Samje Samlo Kordan de Gobin Nezoda Mitun Bilo or Denejela Labuyroa. Kansan Gobin Nezu de Jene Yengoba Tama Leda Juda Jenla Tene Chundru Yure. Jujen Lara Malibingobo Kayam Mebare. That Judan Jenla Ralibingoba de la Yisheme. 아니 다 주전지 네바 가셔지 람나다나 생가지 세건도다 아니 저와체마 안당다 된절라 대동령만 용데 저와디 아니 레라라 레그레 세건도다 Jiawan di te ting dung jiawan nga me le la ra le ka sa yorwa ta denso sama gyujin ji rang shin re de yore denre la yi chen me ba denso ni me ka de wo ching da ni le ba chang bu chi ge xie xia ba re ma do ba che la mo be ne su dong dong ba chi ma re ne ba de la lo bar da wa se ge ba re.
So then next, the the mental misdeeds, the misdeeds committed by mind is the wrong views, and this is basically about you know holding a view or having a thought or just holding a position which is not in accordance with the way things are, how things are, right? If the proper ways or the actual how things are is very much kind of dependent on karma, cause and effect, right? As long as we kind of base our views regarding base our view on karma, cause and effect, then it's the favorable, or in another way, the accordant things, how things are, right? But if we do not have this the faith or the trust in these things, karma and the conditions or the cause, so forth, then we are having these wrong views, right? If we do not have faith in previous life or next life, the successions of the life, and also the the state of this life is caused by these the different elements from the previous life, so forth. If we do not have such faith in these kind of phenomena or fact, then we are not having correct view but wrong views, right? So if we do not have, of course, faith in karma, cause and effect, and then it's a wrong view, thinking these are not rightful things, but rather of something that said by some people who do not have a good understanding.
Yo ma re ane tharba dang tham je me go ma sa ne yo ma re o tin sa ma ane ta ba re san lo de so so che du che me do da che de ne lo da chu le che yo na wa tan mo ben ne su dang tu me lo ma yin ba re ting ga nang ni che o de no wa re ane le chin je de ne mo ben ne su le shem ju che ge yin da je dang ge yin yang da bu da je chu le che du ba je che ge yin nyam ba je ne lo la sam lo dang go re de ne chu no ko ba je ro na.
Okay, this is called wrong view, basically not having trust in the liberations and the omniscience, all right? And these are actually the views or the position which is which does not accord with how things are. So then we have to check or for ourselves that whether we have been holding such a view or no, right? So if we have, then of course it's a wrong view and we should abandon it. If we have not, then it's good things, and we uh, on the in another way, we have to kind of think for the future that we will hold a view for ourselves which accords with how things are. So please now take a few moments and contemplate about this about these points, how we gonna hold a proper view, for our own future.
so ni da nga zo korwa la ni te do mangbo ji nyong yore de 동알 용의 교수보 le megawa de yore the megawa no ragbe nambade the megawa chubo o denzo cha de yoro wa denzo de ani kazu todo binge pangwar chigi kazu todo binge de megawa denzo chigi me nyamelo de yangne yana no samodang gore la megawa chubo re ne jang sam yangja samodang ne ngozin yabu chesana 은 제마 소소질레 가르쳐봐 이나양 미가와 강이면데 남상 뭐시고 요래 레스드즈나 자와래 류가 예숨지 자와 강론 쳔반들라 레스그와 근데 무슨 제토 바지 버도 는 살로당 토고 그래 나서
Okay. Then, basically, in the samsaric world, the happiness and the sufferings are basically caused by our deeds, and these sufferings are caused by the negative deeds, non-virtuous deeds, right? Within the non-virtuous deeds, the most visible or the concrete ones are those 10 non-virtuous deeds, misdeeds. And so then, we have to think for ourselves that we will not, do these 10 non-virtuous deeds as much as we can. We will, we would commit to ourselves that we will try our best to not to commit any of these things, right? We also have to think about these 10 non-virtuous deeds, one by one individually. And if we could, recognize them, very well, then it will help us to not to commit it again in the futures, right? So karma basically means actions, and the action through through our body, speech, and mind. So now, so please give rise to this kind of motivation that we will not commit any of these non-virtuous deeds in the future in our life.
나서 는 되는데 삼주제 는 가서 못되네 와서는 냠도
Okay, we will stop here today. Please follow me in doing the dedication.
제야로바 제베 일구로 대제 상아 제베게와 대존노자베 게조군도 라메 장조 냥보로 오와란지 소남데 다예로와고 제나자웨 버제 군시 렘nye lamye zheba darjin pema jalbe ngoba nyurdo jo zaju lam jelam nye la jo yedam kanro le da chibje chunyo sume barje gonzang chodeng zhebe daji jo Om Bazarangoro Bemaze de O Biji de Lechembe Yejene Wezanyu Kayen Dami Sonju Wambe Shudarangona Rajin Ju Bejin Ju Bemawe Chunyi ngon sum cha ser dele lo nyam na ko chal me gang jen bo re ba ze be ba wo zhang ge zu chu ze lo de do je lo ga ra gyur de yu de me kom bo da ye nyin je de re je cha na be mo da Kuzum gonde jeme do jenzo. Kando jo be zenjo jelazo. Zendang go ye namro dale be njudru cha. Jeme do zander. Da jen ka nyam ye jen jazo. Sede be ma dang do je warasho. De yare zenam she selam la de ne go ye je jazu. So je la me go ba nyur do ne. Raje de ni lunje du barasho. Nome she da irme be manjo rananta be zando bareje nare irme manjo nyume done nam da shendo devarajo Gangdo jebe dewa damje do dore yonde dunde do bra Jema dando jeda jejuro ne zulje jube rawa yoba Chedo nene nyingbe dundumde Tsedre sebe jazo kalwa Sebar dambe cheram dunjeje Shimben jubla kyungala meba Labjen shindun chore me bai Tamje jamje sanje do baraju Ola so sama tu je
Thank you, everyone.
na ngazo tu da chama jayong
See you next week.